everyone, and welcome back to Chill English Channel. We're very happy you're here with us today.
Hi, everyone. Whether you're relaxing at home, commuting, studying English, or listening quietly before sleep, thank you for spending time with us.
I'm Sophia.
And I'm Jake.
Today, we're going to talk about something that affects people of all ages, backgrounds, and professions.
That's right. Today's topic is confidence.
More specifically, we're going to talk about how to train your brain to speak with confidence in front of other people.
Public speaking is one of the most common fears in the world.
Which is interesting, isn't it?
Very.
Because speaking is something we do every day.
We talk to family members,
Friends,
coworkers.
neighbors.
Yet, the moment people need to speak in front of a group,
Everything changes.
their heart starts beating faster,
Their hands become sweaty.
their voice becomes shaky.
And suddenly, they forget what they wanted to say.
I think many of our listeners can relate to that.
Definitely.
Let me ask you something, Sophia.
Sure.
Why do you think so many people are afraid of speaking in front of others?
I think the biggest reason is fear of judgment.
That's a powerful phrase.
Fear of judgment means worrying about what other people think of you.
For example, I'm afraid people will judge my mistakes.
Or, fear of judgment often prevents people from speaking up.
Speak up is another useful expression.
Yes.
Speak up means to express your thoughts, opinions, or ideas openly.
For example, she finally spoke up during the meeting.
Or, don't be afraid to speak up.
I think many people stay quiet because they're worried about making mistakes.
Especially when speaking English.
Absolutely.
Many English learners know the words,
They understand the grammar.
but when it's time to speak,
They become nervous.
nervousness is such a common experience.
Nervousness means feeling worried, anxious, or uncomfortable about something.
For example, I feel nervous before presentations.
Or, a little nervousness is completely normal.
That's an important point.
What is?
Confidence doesn't mean never feeling nervous.
That's true.
Many confident speakers still feel nervous.
The difference is that they continue speaking anyway.
Exactly.
I think people often misunderstand confidence.
How so?
They think confident people never feel fear.
But that's usually not true.
Confidence isn't the absence of fear.
It's the ability to act despite fear.
That's a very important distinction.
Distinction is a useful vocabulary word.
Distinction means an important difference between two things.
For example, there's an important distinction between confidence and perfection.
Or, understanding that distinction changed my perspective.
Speaking of perfection,
Ah, yes.
perfectionism causes a lot of problems.
Especially when speaking.
Many people believe they must speak perfectly.
Perfect pronunciation.
Perfect grammar.
Perfect vocabulary.
Perfect delivery.
And because perfection is impossible,
They become afraid to speak at all.
that's such a common trap.
Trap is another useful word.
A trap is a situation that causes problems or prevents progress.
For example, perfectionism can become a trap.
Or, many learners fall into that trap.
Let's teach a useful sentence pattern.
Good idea.
You can say, I tend to blank when blank.
For example, I tend to feel nervous when speaking in front of groups.
Or, I tend to overthink when people are watching me.
Native speakers use this pattern very naturally.
Another reason people struggle with confidence is overthinking.
Overthinking can be exhausting.
Someone begins speaking,
Then they start analyzing every word,
every sentence,
every mistake,
every reaction from the audience.
which makes speaking even harder.
Exactly.
The brain becomes too busy monitoring itself.
Monitoring is a useful word.
Monitoring means carefully watching or observing something.
For example, I was constantly monitoring my mistakes.
Or, stop monitoring yourself so much and focus on communicating.
That's excellent advice.
Communication is often more important than perfection.
Definitely.
When you think about your favorite speakers,
They're not always perfect.
sometimes they pause,
Sometimes they make mistakes.
sometimes they forget words.
Yet, people still listen
Why?
because confidence often comes from authenticity.
Authenticity is a beautiful word.
Authenticity means being genuine, honest, and true to yourself.
For example, people connect with authenticity.
Or, authenticity is often more powerful than perfection.
I think that's something many people need to hear.
Definitely.
Confidence isn't about becoming someone else,
It's about becoming comfortable being yourself.
and that's a skill.
A skill that can be practiced,
A skill that can be developed,
and a skill that becomes stronger over time.
which is encouraging
Very encouraging.
because it means confidence isn't something you're born with.
It's something you build,
One conversation at a time.
one presentation at a time.
One small act of courage at a time. You know, Jake, something interesting happens when people become more confident speakers.
What's that?
They stop focusing so much on themselves.
That's a great observation.
Most nervous speakers spend a lot of time thinking about themselves,
How they look,
how they sound,
whether they're making mistakes.
whether people are judging them.
Exactly.
But confident speakers often focus on something different.
The message,
The audience.
the conversation itself.
That's such an important shift.
Shift is a useful word.
A shift means a change in focus, attitude, or direction.
For example, I experienced a shift in perspective.
Or confidence often begins with a shift in mindset.
Mindset plays a huge role in confidence.
Definitely.
Many people approach speaking situations with a negative mindset.
They immediately imagine failure.
They imagine forgetting their words.
They imagine embarrassment.
They imagine criticism,
And the brain begins preparing for danger.
even though there is no real danger exists.
That's one of the fascinating things about fear.
The brain often struggles to distinguish between physical danger and social discomfort.
Let's explain distinguish.
Distinguish means recognizing the difference between two things.
For example, it's important to distinguish fear from reality.
Or, children gradually learn to distinguish truth from imagination.
When people stand in front of an audience, their brain sometimes reacts as if they're facing a threat.
Even though they're simply speaking,
Their heart beats faster.
their breathing changes.
Their muscles become tense.
Tense is a useful word.
Tense means physically or emotionally tight because of stress or anxiety.
For example, I felt tense before my presentation.
Or his shoulders became tense during the interview.
One thing that helps is understanding that these reactions are normal.
Very normal.
In fact, many experienced speakers still experience them.
Really?
Absolutely.
That's surprising.
People often assume experienced speakers feel completely calm.
But that's not always true.
Many successful speakers simply become comfortable with discomfort.
That's a powerful idea.
Confidence isn't necessarily the elimination of nervousness.
It's learning how to move forward despite nervousness.
Exactly.
Another thing I've noticed is that confidence grows through repetition.
Definitely.
The brain learns through experience.
Not through endless thinking,
That's important for many people to hear.
especially overthinkers.
Someone may spend weeks worrying about a presentation.
Yet the real growth happens when they actually give the presentation.
Experience teaches lessons that thinking cannot.
Repetition is another useful vocabulary word.
Repetition means doing something again and again.
For example, confidence improves through repetition.
Or language learning requires repetition.
Let's teach a useful sentence pattern.
Good idea.
You can say, the more I blank, the more I blank.
For example, the more I practice speaking, the more confident I become.
Or, the more I participate in meetings, the more comfortable I feel.
Native speakers use this structure very often.
Another mistake people make is waiting to feel confident before taking action.
Ah, yes.
That's one of the biggest misconceptions about confidence.
Misconception is an excellent word.
A misconception is a belief that is not completely correct.
For example, many people have misconceptions about confidence.
Or, the idea that confident people never feel fear is a misconception.
So what's the mistake?
People think confidence comes first,
Then action.
but often it's the opposite.
Action comes first.
Then confidence develops afterward.
That's so true.
Think about riding a bicycle.
Nobody starts confident.
Exactly.
Confidence appears after practice.
The same thing happens with speaking.
The first conversation feels difficult.
The 10th feels easier.
The 100th feels natural.
Progress often happens gradually.
Gradually is a very useful word.
Gradually means slowly over time rather than suddenly.
For example, my confidence improved gradually.
Or language skills develop gradually.
Another challenge is comparison.
Comparison affects confidence tremendously.
People compare themselves to skilled speakers,
Experienced presenters,
charismatic leaders.
popular content creators.
Then they feel discouraged.
Discouraged is another important word.
Discouraged means feeling less motivated because something seems difficult.
For example, I felt discouraged after making mistakes.
Or don't become discouraged by slow progress.
The problem with comparison is that we usually compare our beginning to someone else's middle.
Or even someone else's end result.
Exactly.
We see their confidence.
But we don't see the years of practice,
We see the performance.
but not the preparation.
That's a very important distinction.
Another thing that builds confidence is preparation.
Definitely.
Preparation reduces uncertainty.
Uncertainty often creates anxiety.
If you're giving a presentation, preparing thoroughly helps.
If you're attending a meeting, thinking about your ideas beforehand helps.
If you're learning English, practicing common conversations helps.
Preparation doesn't eliminate nervousness.
But it creates a stronger foundation.
Foundation is a great word.
Foundation means the underlying support on which something is built.
For example, practice creates a strong foundation.
Or confidence is built on a foundation of experience.
One thing I admire about confident speakers is that they don't expect perfection.
That's true.
They expect mistakes.
They expect occasional awkward moments
They expect challenges.
because they understand something important.
What's that?
Mistakes are part of communication.
Not evidence of failure.
Exactly.
I think many people spend too much energy trying to avoid mistakes.
When they could be focusing on connection instead.
Connection is what audiences remember,
Not perfection.
not flawless grammar.
Not perfect pronunciation.
People remember how a speaker made them feel.
That's why authenticity matters so much.
And perhaps that's one of the most encouraging things about confidence.
What's that?
You don't need to become a different person.
You simply need to become more comfortable expressing who you already are.
And that comfort grows little by little,
Through practice.
through experience,
Through patience.
and through the willingness to keep speaking even when confidence hasn't fully arrived yet. You know, Jake, after everything we've discussed, I think one of the biggest discoveries people make is that confidence is not really a personality trait.
That's true.
Many people believe confidence is something you're born with.
As if some people naturally receive it and others don't.
But confidence doesn't seem to work that way.
Not at all.
The more I observe confident people, the more I realize that most of them weren't always confident.
Exactly.
They simply practiced enough that confidence eventually followed.
Which is actually very encouraging.
Why?
Because skills can be learned.
Skills can be improved.
Skills can be strengthened.
And confidence is very much a skill.
I think another important lesson is that confidence grows through small victories.
Not giant ones.
That's a great point.
Many people imagine confidence arriving after one big success,
One amazing presentation.
one perfect speech.
One unforgettable performance.
But usually confidence develops differently.
Through dozens of small moments.
Asking a question in a meeting,
Introducing yourself to someone new.
sharing an opinion,
Participating in a discussion.
speaking English despite making mistakes.
Small victories create evidence.
Evidence is a very useful word.
Evidence means information or experiences that prove something is true.
For example, past successes provide evidence that I can do it again.
Or experience gives us evidence that we are improving.
That's something many people overlook.
What do you mean?
Every time you speak despite feeling nervous, you're collecting evidence.
Evidence that you survived.
Evidence that you can handle discomfort.
Evidence that mistakes are not disasters.
And eventually, the brain begins to believe it.
Because confidence is largely built on experience, not imagination.
That's why avoiding speaking situations often makes fear stronger.
Avoidance is another important word.
Avoidance means staying away from something because it feels uncomfortable or frightening.
For example, avoidance often increases anxiety.
Or, his avoidance of public speaking made the fear worse. The strange thing about fear is that it often grows in silence.
That's very true.
The less we face it, the bigger it appears.
And the more we face it, the smaller it becomes.
Let's teach a useful sentence pattern.
Good idea.
You can say, I've become more confident because...
For example, I've become more confident because I've practiced regularly.
Or, I've become more confident because I've stopped worrying about perfection.
Native speakers use this structure naturally when discussing personal growth.
Another thing many people don't realize is that confidence affects more than speaking.
Definitely.
It affects opportunities,
Relationships,
careers,
leadership,
communication.
even self-respect.
That's why learning to speak confidently can have such a powerful impact on life.
Impact is a great vocabulary word.
Impact means a strong effect or influence.
For example, good communication can have a positive impact on your career.
Or, confidence has a significant impact on how people interact.
I think many people spend years waiting until they feel ready.
That's a common habit.
They wait until they're more confident,
More prepared,
more experienced.
more comfortable,
But readiness often comes through action.
not before it.
That's such an important lesson.
Sometimes growth begins the moment we stop waiting.
And start participating.
Another beautiful thing about confidence is that it inspires others.
Absolutely.
When someone speaks despite being nervous,
Other people see courage.
not perfection.
Courage is often more inspiring than perfection.
Because courage feels human,
Relatable.
authentic.
Real.
Let's introduce another useful sentence pattern.
You can say, one thing I've learned is that blank.
For example, one thing I've learned is that confidence comes from practice.
Or, one thing I've learned is that mistakes help us grow.
These kinds of reflective sentences sound very natural in English.
Let's do a little speaking practice.
If possible, try answering these questions out loud.
First question. When do you feel most nervous speaking in front of others?
Second question. What usually causes you to lose confidence?
Third question. What small speaking challenge could you try this week?
Fourth question. Do you think confidence is a skill or a personality trait?
Fifth question. What advice would you give to someone who is afraid of public speaking?
Try using some of today's sentence patterns.
For example, I've become more confident because
Or, one thing I've learned is that...
speaking out loud helps confidence grow naturally over time.
Before we finish, let's quickly review what we talked about today.
We discussed fear of judgment, nervousness, perfectionism, overthinking, and authenticity.
We also talked about practice, repetition, preparation, courage, and personal growth.
Most importantly, we explore the idea that confidence is not something people wait for.
It's something people build.
One conversation at a time.
One challenge at a time.
One act of courage at a time.
And perhaps one of the biggest lessons is this.
Confidence is not about becoming fearless.
It's about moving forward even when fear is present.
It's about trusting yourself enough to try.
And understanding that mistakes are part of learning.
Because every confident speaker you admire today
Was once a beginner.
was once nervous
Was once uncertain.
and kept speaking anyway.
Now it's time for our question of the day.
What is one situation where you would like to speak more confidently?
Write your answer in the comments.
You can begin your sentence like this. I would like to speak more confidently when...
We always enjoy reading your answers.
It's a wonderful way to practice your English writing skills.
If you enjoyed this episode, please like, comment, and subscribe to Chill English channel.
Keep practicing a little every day.
And remember, confidence grows through action.
See you next time.
Goodbye, everyone.